Face Momo the Bear and the Mysterious Rainbow River. Once upon a time, in the whispering forest, where trees touched the sky and leaves danced with the wind, lived a tiny bear named Momo with soft fluffy fur and a cute button nose. Momo loved eating honey and rolling on logs like other bear cubs in the forest. But there was one thing that set him apart from the others. Momo was a very good listener. He could hear the song of the wind, the footsteps of ants, and even the collision of distant clouds. One late afternoon, as the forest was slowly being painted orange, Momo heard a very different sound coming from the depths of the forest. This sound did not resemble the splash-splash of a normal river. It was more like a sweet and melodic lullaby played by bells made of glass. Ting, ting, shush, ting. Momo pricked up his ears in curiosity and followed this magical sound. He jumped over moss-covered stones and passed through ferns. As the sound got closer, the air began to smell cooler and sweeter. Finally, he came to a clearing where the thick trees ended, and he couldn't believe his eyes. The river flowing in front of him was not blue or green. This was the legendary Rainbow River. The river was flowing not as a single color, but in stripes of colors. And even the flow of each color was different. Momo approached the riverbank slowly and started watching without dipping his paws in the water. From the very edge of the river, red waters were flowing. This part was steaming like hot soup, making gurgle-gurgle sounds as it bubbled. When Momo brought his hand close, a sweet warmth hit his face. Next to it flowed orange and yellow waters. These waters shone like sunlight, as if thousands of tiny fireflies were swimming inside them. They made sounds like joyful giggles as they flowed. In the middle of the river were green and blue waters. This part flowed slower and calmer. The green part smelled of fresh mint, and the blue part felt like a cool breeze. But right in the very center of the river, the deepest and slowest flowing part was the color purple. The purple waters flowed so thickly and so slowly that it looked as if they were not flowing, but swaying in place. Its color was like the night sky, and it had silver star reflections on it. Momo whispered in admiration. "I wonder what the secret of this river is." Just then, the soft voice of the water fairy was heard from within the river. "Hello, little Momo. This river carries all the dreams of the world. We carry the colors gathered during the day to the eyes of sleeping children at night. Reds are for warm dreams, yellows for joyful dreams, blues for peaceful dreams." Momo asked, "What about that slow-flowing purple color in the middle?" The water fairy smiled. Her voice was like the rippling of water. "Those purple waters are the deepest and sweetest sleep, Momo. Whoever drinks a sip from that water falls into a sleep as sound and soft as cotton until morning." Momo yawned and said, "I am very thirsty and very tired." He leaned down and lapped up a few sips of that slow-flowing, velvet-smooth purple water with his tongue. Lap, lap, lap. The water tasted sweet like blackberries and calming like warm milk. As soon as Momo drank the water, he felt his fur getting heavy. His paws became soft. His eyelids began to drop as if tiny weights had been placed on them. Momo curled up on the soft moss by the riverside. Now the colors of the river were blending together in his eyes. Red into blue. Blue into purple. The melodic sound of the river had now turned into a complete lullaby, shush. Sleep, shush, sleep. The Rainbow River continued to flow to paint Momo's dreams. In his dream, Momo saw himself floating in a purple boat under the stars. The forest fell silent. The birds went quiet. Only the peaceful sound of the river remained. Good night, Momo the bear. Good night, Rainbow River.